a lot of us here even cringe at the mere idea of bragging. Am I right? Yeah. But who has cost themselves opportunities because you were too humble, right? So you are not alone in this. Our next guest conducted one of the most extensive studies on self-promotion and found that 70% of participants felt the same.
Wow, and as a speaker and advisor for high-level executives, she's here to show us how to self-promote without feeling obnoxious. Everyone, please welcome the author of Bragging Rights, and this is a complete coincidence, Lisa Bragg.
Listen, the last name says it all.
You can't buy it, right?
You can't buy
The marketing part of it, it's
brilliant.
done.
Listen, you know what? I'm so glad we're having this conversation, but I wish we were having it like 6 months ago because I had a meeting with an executive who asked me, like, tell me about yourself. Oh, long story short, at the end of it, I knew I did not do a good job of talking about all the accomplishments I've done in the last 20-something years of my career because it felt cringy to go on about myself. So why are we so uncomfortable talking about ourselves?
Yeah, and that's exactly it. We just never remember in the time, too. But we're taught so young to put our heads down, do good work, and eventually someone will notice you. Or be so good that they can't ignore you. So those kind of phrases are actually quite exhausting for all of us. And so, you know, we can blame our parents a little bit from reinforcing it and social media, but it actually goes back to the factory era and before, where we were part of the cogs in the machine. So keep your head down, do good work. You wanted a paycheck, so you did what you were told. And so the factory era still is with us now. The challenge is, though, we're no longer cogs in the machine just being productive. We're now our own product in this new knowledge economy that we're in. So we have to be out there talking about ourselves.
That's really interesting. Now, you say the key to bragging without turning people off is to brag with purpose.
Yes.
What does that look like?
Well, you know those people that, especially if you have kids, that they go on and on about their kids and all the things. A laundry list of things?
Yes.
That's the challenge. So you want to have intentions. So what is your intention? What's your purpose with your brag? And pick one thing that you want to talk about the success. And let's back it up for a second, though, and define what bragging means. So bragging means talking about one's success with pride. And here's the reframe, that pride also means self-love. And so that's where we can give that pat on our back. It's justified self-love.
Yeah.
So we have that. The challenge is we get bragging confused with self-aggrandizement.
Yeah.
And self-aggrandizement, that's that ickiness, that puffery, that, oh, I'm better than you kind of thing that we get, or that only one person can win. And we feel that on social media a lot. And so that's the challenge with it. So if you have intention, purpose, that helps you get going on really how to be successful with talking about yourself and being out there and thinking of it as you're of service to other people. And when people know how you're here to serve, then they know how to use you and gain those opportunities that you already deserve. You already deserve them.
Absolutely. But before we get into the effective ways on how to brag about yourself, let's talk about some of the mistakes people make when they're self-promoting. Because we do know those people who go and talk their way out of a promotion sometimes.
Yeah, there's so many things that we can get to. In the book, there's a lot. So there's a lot of tips in there that you can share. But, you know, a few things are that we wait. We wait for somebody to come to us and say, hey, tell me about yourself. And I've seen so many women and people in business, they wait for somebody to ask them, tell me a story about your success. Instead of saying, here's my success, I want you to know about it. We wait. Or we think, oh, you know what, I'll do that, Lisa, once I get another certificate. Oh, you know what, now I need another one. And the goalpost keeps moving on for us. And so we wait for the opportunity. Another thing is that we, there's so many of them, but we also cast a wide net. So instead of thinking about, I really just want to talk to Melissa. I'm going to think about Mel, and I want to get in her son, and I want to do everything for her. We think we have to broadcast on social media to everyone. Hello, every world. No, I want you to reframe to think about narrow casting, just that one person. How do I get in Mel's son or people like Mel, the values they have? What do I need to do to get that person? So that's the reframe on that one. And then we brag in the wrong context. And I often bring up my family in this, but we think that our family, well, we talk about our successes. And so when you go home, you don't necessarily talk about the same successes and the same things that you do. The context matters. So if you just met somebody on the show, and you're talking about all the awesome people, going home to your family, they're like, oh, There she goes
Here
again.
we go again.
But at work, it's like expected. So we need to see those people, and that's the challenge with it.
Okay, let's put this to the test, because you have some phrases we can try if we're not comfortable yet with bragging. And I'm supposed to start off with something I'd like to brag about, and I feel like throwing up. I can't do it.
It's so hard, and it's a taboo topic.
Yes.
It's really one of those things, and you are really taught to, be a hidden gem, hide yourself,
Or
don't
to
talk about it.
like to show, not tell.
Yeah.
Yes.
So okay. My producer gave me this one. I've got a good sense of humor.
But stand in it, right?
You do.
I do.
You do.
You do, but we need to stand in it and we need to own it. And so first of all, it's okay that you don't feel strong with it. We have some softeners for it. So first of all, if you can stand in your brag, stand in it. Tell us that success piece. But if you need to soften it, one of the words, it's from that commercial, I'm worth it because, right?
Yeah.
And you add that because to anything. So I have a good sense of humor because I've trained in improv or I've trained under great comedians. So that's kind of something you can do. The word because just makes it so much easier for all of us to just add that joiner word to make it simpler.
Love that.
Yeah.
Stand in that, Jess.
Stand
Just nice.
in it.
So when we think of bragging, we don't often think about promoting others.
Yeah.
We think of bragging to promote ourselves. So you say it's actually an important part of self-promotion. How?
Yeah, because when I send the shine to you, it comes back to me even more so. So the more I send out to people, it comes back to me. There's also a term called sistering up. And with sistering, it's where one floorboard, it's a construction term, one's weak, the other one is there to reinforce it, makes it stronger. And so we're out there. And the more that we can cheer each other on and talk about our successes, first of all, we know we're getting the best people for the job. And then we also know that, hey, there's success out there. I can follow a path to it because I know who's been successful before. So don't be scarcity mindset. Think about that you really have abundance mindset. And there's enough cheering for all of us to go around.
Wow, great. Melissa Bragg. First of all, I love the last name. Thank you so much for coming by and sharing all of your tips.
Yeah.
And studio audience, you're about to learn more about the art of bragging with purpose because, let me get the book, you're all going home with a We'll be right back. Stay with us. Awesome.
Hey there, what did you think? Drop your comments below and join the conversation. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you can find more on everything from food and fashion to pop culture and current events. See you soon.